Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we took our upgraded tank out for a spin and wiped out a bunch of nests, explored some new areas, and decided where our new defensive lines are going to be. So off screen, I went ahead and finished that job, so everything has been fully revealed on the map here. All the nests have been cleared, and I have established where the wall blueprints are going to go, and I even was able to get one of the walls actually built. So that wall's built. We have turrets installed. Everything looks good. That should work beautifully. We have a nest right there, just outside of radar range. So off screen, I'm going to continue to work on that project, trying to get the rest of these walls built. So I'm going to have to get roboports out to where they need to be. For example. Have to build a line of roboports over to that wall. We'll have to build a line of roboports down to here. We're going to have to probably build a line of roboports diagonally across the map out to that wall and get everything built in. So that is the project. Now, the next thing we need to do is going to be a design episode, because we need to do a design episode. Because we're done all of that, we need to start working on the next project, because there are three major projects that are next on the list. One is going to be the new large electronics manufacturing plant, which is going to make all of our electronics at a much larger volume than we're currently doing, hopefully. And then we're going to need a logistics factory, which is going to make all of our logistics equipment. So we're talking belts, splitters, underground belts, loaders, inserters. I think I'm even probably going to throw in roboports, bots, that sort of stuff for logistics. Possibly, you know, I don't know if we really need to make train stops and signals and rail. I mean, I think we're already doing pretty well on that. For a lot of this stuff here. But yeah, we can also do, you know, various chests. I'll have to decide what's all going to go in there. And then the third project is going to be a new research facility, which is going to make all of our research packs, so that we can continue to advance our research. I think that we're up to the point where we're researching the Tankatron. It's coming along slowly. Not sure why that's not running. But we're not going to worry about it. we're gonna be making a new facility anyway. So if that finishes, it finishes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Before we get there. So I've also gone ahead and made a gunship. Got that fitted out. I could take that for a spin, see what that can do. And yeah. So I think we're gonna do that first. Let's take the gunship out for a spin, because this might be our replacement military vehicle. And it is quick. Because there is an enemy nest that I do want to wipe out. Over here. So I have 2 laser... Like, not even. I also have guns. Yeah, that'll work, I think. That'll work. And I barely even touched our batteries. Perfect. All right, so let's figure out what it is that we're going to need to make our new electronics facility. Let's just park this over here somewhere. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in the planner. So let's do it. And we do everything in one block because we're going to be doing everything all together. Now, we do need to make basic circuit boards independent of basic electronic boards. So, yeah. Let's start with that. Basic circuit boards. We're going to need copper cable. We're going to be getting from coils. We're going to need wooden boards, which we can make from wood, or we can make from paper. Now, let's experiment with what the options are going to be. So, if we're going to make wood, we have a few things we can do. Crystal saw blades. Crystal tipped saw blade, harmonic crystal shard. Harmonic crystal shards, polished blue crystals, polished red crystals, polished green crystals. Scott blue crystal shard, crystal grindstone, crystal slurry. Like, from one tree, it'll produce 6 to 8 wood. I see. Timberer's saw blade. It's all about, like, I don't know if this is really worth it. Let's go with that for now. Timber saw blade is just iron. That's easy enough. Had to pause there for a second. Advanced temperate tree cultivation. Raw bioresin. And 3 trees. 8 trees. 6 trees. So let's just see. Arboretum, that's all the same thing. And let's say we wanted to make a full red belt. Just a full red belt. What are we looking at? 22 arboretums. And I... How much iron are we talking? Like hardly anything. Like the iron's the easy part, so I'm not worried about that. The whole crystal thing, like, that'd be kind of interesting, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. Maybe if we already had that whole system set up for something else, we could take advantage of it for this, but for now, no. Okay, so that's like not... Oh. 22.5 copper wire coils per second? Yikes. Well, we're not going to be demanding on that hard, but... Like, this is not unreasonable. This is not unreasonable. And soil is not that hard to make. We can make it from just mud and compost. Or sand and compost. Right. We can definitely get the mud. The compost is easy enough to just make from... like a composter. Like if we just composted compost wood. I don't know. Compost green algae. Could probably just do this. Right, we still have to set up algae farms. I mean, we could compost the wood, but I would rather not. I mean, that would be easy enough. Fertilizer, we can get that from compost and urea. Right? Urea would just need some nitric acid. Oh no, are you ammonia gas? Carbon dioxide. Now the alternative, I think we're actually making urea somewhere else. We're making ammonia, right? Yeah. This is nitric acid. No, but we had the ammonia. We had the ammonia, so that's fine. We could just bring in the ammonia. We could use that to make the urea. So, again, that's not a problem. Well, the alternative would be to get our wood boards through paper. We've done this before. All right. So we can make paper from a few different ways. Sodium hydroxide, cellulose pulp, and chlorine gas. Sulfur dioxide gas. Now, we have chlorine gas over here. We're making plenty of chlorine gas, so that might be the method we would use. Sodium hydroxide, we also have that. We could bring in the sodium hydroxide and the chlorine gas. 24 per second sodium hydroxide. Yikes. But again, apart from the initial load, it probably wouldn't run that fast or that much. We get sodium hypochlorite as a byproduct. That's interesting. Cellulose pulp. Cellulose fiber. Pulping liquor, ammonia gas, and water. Brown liquor. Black liquor. What is white liquor and how do you make it? Sodium hydroxide, sodium sulfate, and water. Or lime green liquor and water. I'm inclined to just go the alginic acid method. Because we can get alginic acid from brown algae. We can get the cellulose fiber from green algae. And we can get the brown and the green algae from this process that will want 90 algae farms. That wood process is actually looking significantly more attractive at this point. Okay, so I just wanted to look at that. I think that's actually what it is that we're going to do. We're going to get our wood boards from wood. We're going to grow our wood, or we're going to cut our wood using just standard iron saws. No reason to get fancy. We're going to make our trees. The nutrient pulp is going to add a whole nother layer of complexity because we would have to then set up a farm to get nutrient pulp. So we're just going to do this tree recipe. We'll get our mud. That's easy enough. We'll get our compost by just composting some algae. We'll set this up. We'll compost both the green and so we'll probably really only need 4 algae farms. We'll compost the green and the brown algae. That'll be easy enough. Nitric acid, ammonia gas, and urea. No, we'll just do the compost and the urea to make the fertilizer. Like, why do I need steam? No, we don't need steam. The urea gas will just take ammonia gas and carbon dioxide. And we can get that carbon dioxide easy enough from some coal if we have it around. Right? You just get that from some coal. Easy. Alright. So there we go. No, we want to add a new recipe here. There we go. Now, if we were going to make 30 per second of these, we'd need 30 per second of basic circuit boards. So we would basically need to make 2 of these whole things. That's not impossible. Alright, let's plan on doing that. Let's plan on making 2 of those whole things. We're gonna bring in solder coils. That will be easy enough. Basic electronic components. We're gonna need some tinned copper wire. We're going to need some tinned copper wire coils. We need to make some carbon. Coke, sodium hydroxide. We're bringing in sodium hydroxide, are we not? Or are we not? Man, we gotta figure out how we're gonna get the tree seeds. Seedlings. We can make seedlings from wood. Okay. We need to make just a little extra wood. Not a problem. Alright. But no, we're not bringing in sodium hydroxide. We can bring some sodium hydroxide over. Okay, let's just consider we'll do that. Bring in some sodium hydroxide, we'll make some nitrogen gas. Which will be easy enough to do with atmospheric separation. Alright. We're going to produce sodium carbonate as a byproduct. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that. All right, that looks good. $150 per second. That's 5 runs. Okay then. All right, we don't actually need these as separate products. All right, the circuit boards. Now, is it worth trying to make these electronics assembly machines? Yes. Thing is, I don't think I'm manufacturing electronics assembly machines. Again, we're going to go for 30 per second. We're at least going to initially scale it to 30 per second. All right, we're going to need some copper sheet coils. We are going to need tin sheet coils. We're going to need some ferric chloride solution, which I don't think we have being produced in a way that's accessible. You always bring in some iron ore. We have lots of that. Hydrogen chloride gas. I'm not sure if we have that requestable. I'll have to take a look. What I might actually do here is this. Like, I'm just going to need to know how many of those we're going to need. I think the electronic components and transistors and everything are going to have to be their own separate production lines. All right. Electronic logic boards. Again, 75 of those. All right, and we got a lot of room. We do have a lot of room. And we are going to tear through solder like nobody's business. Okay. Yeah, let's even take the solder off. All right. Superior circuit board. No, we'll include the solder. This is also going to need ferric chloride solution. Also going to need copper plates. We're going to need silver plate. I think that's coming in as raw plates. I don't think we have that on a coil. Fiberglass boards, which we're going to be bringing in glass fibers. And we're going to need to make some resin of some description. Raw bioresin and ethanol. If we switched this over to temperate tree cultivation, we would get raw bioresin as a byproduct. And so if we use the raw bioresin and some ethanol, we would just need to find a rather sizable source of ethanol gas. We have to figure that out. All right, and the final circuit we would need is these guys. Like, it's probably going to be absolutely stupid to try to make 30 per second of those. Yep. The multi-layer circuit boards are going to need some copper. Easy enough. We're going to need some gold, which is actually coming from gold sheet coils. We're going to need ferric chloride solution. And we're going to need fiberglass boards. Which again are going to need our raw bioresin as an option. We're going to have to figure out how to get we're going to bring in some wood. We can bring in some wood. That's easy enough. 4.5 per second mud. We could probably make that. 360 per second basic electronic components, 300 per second transistors, 180 per second integrated electronics, 30 per second CPUs. That's all going to be phenolic boards. Did I not figure out the phenolic boards? Apparently not. Phenolic board. Wood and resin. But that resin has to come from wood. 150 per second wood? No. No, that resin comes from liquid resin. There we go. And the resin comes from liquid resin. And then we just need to make liquid resin from some method. I don't think that's going to cut it. I have to find another method to make resin. Alright, well, got some figuring to do, it would seem. That's a whole lot of just figuring stuff out right now. Alright. Well, I might finish up some of that off screen and then kind of go over what we're ultimately going to do. And then next episode, start figuring out where we're going to put it all. We got lots of room. Lots of room. Alright. And another just doing calculations and figuring things out, but that is what we do, as I always say. Yeah, we're gonna need a different resin solution. Alright. Well. I'll get it sorted. But for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.